be executing it. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, when your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever. My servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be in an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them, yet I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel. Right? So not those other nations. The heathens are going to know that the Most High sanctify Israel. Right? When my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. Right? Because what? We're not going into captivity no more. After this, it's over. Right? After we had to suffer through Jacob's trouble, right? It's over after that. Now this is let me see where I'm at. Oh, I want this, but yeah, let me get this first in there. Okay. So this is Romans 12 at the top. I beseech you therefore, brethren. Right? Which the brethren are the Israelites. Right? Yeah, this is Apostle Paul speaking. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of no, let me go back. This is Romans 11 at the top. I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite, right? So God's people are the Israelites, right? The Negro, Latino, and Native American. God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin, which the Benjaminites, or let's see. It's the West Indies, right? So like the Jamaicans and the of the tribe of Benjamin. God had not cast away his people, which Benjamin is Bunyamin, right? God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew, right? Because what? The Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we had to go through all these different captivities, right? Namely, the captivity of Egypt, right? And the Most High cleaved unto us, but not to the other nations, right? That's why they're going into slavery, right? God hath not cast away his people which he foreknew. Wot ye not what the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High and against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. Because Israel was doing this, right? The Israelites were killing the prophets, right? And they gonna continue. That's what they keep doing. And guess what? They're gonna be They're going to be judged for that, right? Because what? They killed Yahawashi, right? Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thy altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, right? And that's talking about the elect, right? Even so, then, at this present time, so right now, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace, right? And if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So if you can't get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures of the Bible, then it wasn't for you. You're blinded to the fact that these things are coming to pass. You're blinded to the mysteries of the gospel, right? Which is for the nation of Israel, the Negro, Latino, and Native American, right? According as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, right? So these other nations, these 2/3 Israelites, right? Eyes that they should not see, and ears that they shall not hear unto this day. So this very day, the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, 2/3 of them can't hear what's going on. They can't understand what's going on in these scriptures, right? They can't get it, right? But they'll get it after they get destroyed along with America, right? And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Because what? Yeah, Israel is gonna get redeemed, but you just think you're gonna go unpunished, right? For killing the prophets, the ones that are doing this to awaken you. But we're not really out here for you. We're out here for the elect of the nation of Israel, right? Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. I say then, had they stumbled that they should fall, God forbid, but rather do they fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, which is the Israelites, foreigners, right? The Israelites that don't know the Israelites, right? Because what? Back in the day, we was going through these captivities, and there was those that they didn't know they were Israelites, right? Or they were in the ways of the Romans, right? Which that's even today, because this is Rome all over again. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness, right? For I speak to you Gentiles, which is the Israelite foreigners, not no other nation, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. I magnify my office, because he was deep, because Yahawashi was dealing with him directly, right? To have these this deep wisdom and understanding, right? If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them, right? So it's still of the same flesh. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be but life from the dead? Because what? Now in these times we are the Gentiles. We was Gentiles in a Gentile state of mind, which we was Israelites, not knowing we was Israelites. That's what a Gentile is. But there's also another Gentile, which is the heathen nations, and they don't have salvation, right? And it says, but life from the dead, because what? They was dead, like Ezekiel 37, the dry bones. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy, and if the root be holy, so are the branches, right? And if some of the branches be broken off, so discontinued from their heritage, right? And thou being a wild olive tree, were grafted in amongst them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Boast not against the branches, but thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. But we'll say then the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in, right? So to come back to this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Well, because of unbelief, they were broken off, and thou sinnest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear, because this is for the fear of the Most High. That's why we're doing this. Because what we can have this knowledge taken away from us. If the Most High wanted to do it, because He's omnipotent. He's the Almighty Power. He's the Most High, right? For if the Most High spare not the natural branches, take heed lest He also spare not thee, right? Behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of the Most High, and on them fell severity, but towards thee goodness, if thou continue in His goodness, otherwise thou also shalt be cut off. Thou be like a 2/3, right? And they also, if they bind not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in. So that if they come out of this madness that they're in, they can come back to this truth, right? For God is able to graft them in again. For if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree, right? For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest ye should be wise in your own conceit, that blindness in part is happened to Israel, unto the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. And that's confusion of faces, not knowing who you are. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. So the 2/3 that are going to be destroyed along with America, they're going to come back in the seed of the elect, right? There shall come out, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob, right? For this is my covenant unto them, when I shall take away their sins, right? So this second covenant is only for the nation of Israel, the Negro, Latino, and Native American, right? These other nations have no hope. They're going straight into slavery, right? As concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sake, but as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sake, right? So even though they're enemies right now on our side, when the kingdom of heaven is fully in, right, and they come back in the seed of the elect, they're going to still be Israelites, right? For the gifts and calling of the Most, for the gifts and calling of the Most High are without repentance. So you can't take this away, right? So if you got this, then you got it. That's it. For as ye in times past have not believed the Most High, yet have now obtained mercy through their unbelief, even so have these also now not believed, that through your mercies they also may obtain mercy. For the Most High have concealed them all in unbelief, that He might have mercy upon all. Oh, the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High, right? Because you have in this, you understand the whole world and why these things are playing out, right? how unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out. Because it's so deep, right? It's so deep, you can't get to it, right? For who have known the mind of the Lord, or who have been his counselor, right? Get a preset. This is Wisdom of Solomon 9, verse 13. For what man is he that can know the counsel of the Most High, or who can think what the will of the Lord is? For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that amuseth upon many things. So we're suppressed. We can't think about these things because what we're in this flesh, right? Let me read that again. It says, "For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. For the corruptible body," so the body we're all in, "presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle, which is the body, weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things," right? So we're bigger than this, right? But since we're in these bodies, we can't think upon these things, right? And hardly do we guess aright at the things that are upon the earth, and with labor do we find the things that are before us, but the things that are in heaven who have searched out. And thy counsel who have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above. And that's what reveals these mysteries, right? For so the ways of them which live on the earth are reformed, right? Like it says, renewing of the mind. And men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom, right? I got a precept for that.